Hey, y'all, and welcome to Tarot with Toby here on the Toby Network. All right. I'm so excited to be back with another episode for y'all. And for those of y'all who don't know, on Tarot with Toby, what I do is I share psychic messages on a range of topics here for the collective. Over here we're all about love, light, truth, the real, real. Okay, the real truth. Sometimes there's gonna be some tough love type shit, but it's okay. We're all about fun too. Video, we gotta talk about the disclaimers. So these readings are to be used for guidance, meaning you need to take what resonates and leave the rest. All right, tarot does not predict your life, and my readings are not here to do that type of shit. It just gives you insight on the energies at play. All right, so the energies already surrounding you, whether it's your energies, the energies surrounding you, upcoming energies, etc., so that you can make your own moves. You can make your own moves, you can make your own decisions, you can make your own choices. Okay, now also I will be reading these cards intuitively. So the typical meanings of the cards may not always apply, okay? So just like last reading that I did, I was reading the Wheel of Fortune for one of those piles. Shout out if you got that pile, as if it was the world. And yeah, but it don't matter because the message still resonates, so it's whatever. So just using that as an example to let y'all know, I'm really just channeling these messages, so I may just say, I may say something that doesn't apply, it doesn't matter, because I combine tarot with my other gifts. So my readings are going to be different and they're meant to be that way. And lastly, these readings are for the collective. I just want to stress that again, meaning that not every single message within these 5 piles is going to be for every single person. All right, there's going to be different people, different energies tuning in. So please understand that, every single message within these piles will not and cannot apply to every single person. So take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? If it doesn't resonate, let it go, let it flow, right? Not every message is for you and not every message is going to apply, and that's on period. All right, now for the good part. Now for today's reading, I'm looking into what you need to do next, all right? So what do you need to do next for your betterment, your well-being, your purpose, etc., so that you can basically get out of whatever it is you're in, or so that you can live your best life. Granted, it's going to be I feel like it might be a lot of different messages for different people. So what do you need to do next, all right? This reading pairs well with my previous reading. So if you recently watched that one on what do you need to hear right now, this reading does pair well with that. But, if you haven't, that's okay. I'm going to link it down below in the description box. But also understand that you don't have to have watched that reading in order for this one to resonate or in order to watch this reading. So do what best serves you, all right? Now, these are divine messages, that I'm giving to y'all. So these are from God, the universe, your ancestors, angels, guides, your higher self, etc. It's going to be pulling from a lot of different areas. So sit back and relax and enjoy. Grab a snack and some water, and let's begin. All right, so we have 5 piles, okay? This is pile number 1, all right? The one with the tree, that's number 1. This is pile number 2, the one with the flames, pile number 2. This is pile number 3, got the 3 turtles on it, pile number 3. This is pile number 4, so all these little design 9s, pile number 4. And this is pile number 5, it looks like it's got like a moth or butterfly wings or, bird wings and shit coming out of it. Yeah, that's pile number 5, all right? So I'm gonna give y'all a little bit to choose your pile. Please feel free to pause this video so you can really ground yourself and be tuned into the reading so that you can choose the right pile or piles that are for you. If you ain't grounded or tuned in, you will not choose the best one or ones. So take the time to do that and then click on the timestamps in the description below or in the comments, and I will see you at your pile. Hello, pile 1, and welcome to your reading. So as I was just, focusing on this pile before I began to shuffle, what I was kind of getting was almost like it's time for doing. Kind of like, this energy where it's like, all right, it's time for doing. Maybe previously you had gone through an introspective period, or maybe it's time for you to actually begin that. But I was just getting mainly that it's time for doing. It's time for you to do something. I was also getting like the feeling like I needed to take a shit. So you may be needing to release something. I don't know. Maybe you need to take a shit right now. I don't know. That's, who knows? TMI, I don't care. But you might need to be released. You might need to release something, and maybe that doing is time to release something or let something go. Just like your bowel movements let waste go from your body, the toxins out. It might be time for you to do that, or maybe you just did that, and now this is the aftermath. This is the what you need to do next after you've released those toxins from your energy or your body. So let's just get into these cards and see exactly what they're saying, because maybe I just need to take a shit. Who knows? But let's see. So I'm gonna start off with your tarot card. So you have one tarot card, this one, and yeah. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands upright. All right. So what I can see with this Ace of Wands is that one thing that you need to do now is you need to initiate something. Like, that's really what I'm getting with this Ace of Wands. The aces in tarot are usually, they're the beginning for the suit cards, but they're also all about just energy coming through, like kind of like divine energy coming in, and the wands represents fire. So, and I'm getting hot. So I'm getting that there's some energy, there's something you need to do, right? And it has to do with initiating. The Ace of Wands is all about creative energy, divine spark. So you may have gotten a creative idea, or maybe you need to start working on your creativity, right? Because that's what the Ace of Wands is all about. But one thing is like, yeah, it gives you the Ace of Wands. If you're looking at it for creativity, it gives you that creative spark, but you have to now do something with it. It doesn't guarantee success, right? So really what I'm pulling from this is something's been given to you, and now you need to act on it. So you might need to start a new project, or, based off an idea that you've had, or maybe you need to assume more of a leadership position somewhere in your life. But there's something that you have to initiate something. All that just to say you have to initiate something. And we're gonna look at your oracle cards to see exactly, what it is you kind of have to start initiating. But there's something that you have to initiate, and it's really tapping in back into that personal power of you. You have to tap into your personal power in order to do this, and you need to start tapping more into your personal power, because it's something that only you can do, is what I'm picking up. Okay, now we're gonna look at your oracle cards. So we're gonna start off with these oracle cards. Change, patience, and gratitude. Okay. So I'm gonna show you the cards. You got change, patience, and gratitude. Okay. So what I'm really getting with this change card is you need to change your perspective. What you need to do now is change your perspective and how you approach things. You are meant to pioneer. You're in this next phase, or this next scenario that you're entering in. You're supposed to be the leader. And you kind of have to change your perspective, but in the sense of, okay, what does it mean to be a leader, and how do I lead? Which is what I'm seeing with this patience card right here. You have to start embodying more patience. You have to be more patient with yourself and patient with others. For some of you guys, you may be taking a new leadership position in your job. For others, you're taking on more responsibilities in your home life. And for others, I feel like your friend dynamic is kind of shifting, but you have to take more leadership roles. For others of you, you're starting a business. And right now, what it's like, okay, you've got the idea for the business. Maybe you've done some of the paperwork, but now you need to start doing the actual work. You have to actually be that leader of that business. You have to, have your business partners or your employees or etc. what it is, or at least start figuring that out, right? And then with the gratitude card, what I'm getting is that you have to start kind of being more grateful for the things around you. Yes, like you need to start being more grateful for all the stuff around you, but you have to start embodying that type of aura, right? Because when you have an outer aura of gratitude, you are humble, right? And since you're meant to be a leader, everybody wants a humble leader, right? Everybody, I feel like we prefer humble leaders. Humble leaders are kind of like the best leaders, in my opinion, right? So with this whole change, patience, and gratitude, I'm really getting that you have to change how you approach people. Yes, all that to say, you have to change. If you didn't get anything else from these three cards, you know that you need to change how you approach people, because you are going to be team building regardless of whatever the hell scenario it is. You have to change how you approach people, because you are meant to be an initiator, you are meant to be a trailblazer, you're meant to pioneer, you're meant to lead. And you can only do that with a positive attitude. You can only lead people if they want to follow you. Okay? You can only lead people if they want to follow you. So how are you going to get people to follow you? You're going to have to be patient with them. You're going to have to try to understand them. You're going to have to change. You can't just be fireball all the time. I'm feeling with this that some of y'all may have Aries placements. If not Aries placements, then Leo placements. Could be Sun, Moon, Rising. Could be your Mars. Could be your Mercury. Or your Venus. That's just what I'm getting. But really heavy Sun, Moon, or Mars for Aries or Leo. Maybe Sag, but predominantly Aries and Leo. And you kind of have to, yes, use that fiery energy, that fiery charisma to get people to believe in you, to follow you, but you have to embody more earth energy and be patient with people. You can't just pop off when somebody doesn't agree with you. You can't just pop off when, something doesn't go right. People require patience, especially moving on. And this is how we do things now, post-pandemic or during pandemic, wherever you get this, wherever you are. You're going to need more patience, and you're going to have to be more grateful. Be grateful that people are around you, trying to help you out, trying to follow you, because they're helping you. They're helping you realize yourself, realize your potential. So you need to be grateful. You need to have that type of approach for people. Let them know how grateful you are to be working with them, how grateful you are to have them around you, whether as a friend, family member, etc. But that's kind of like, this is really what I'm getting is an attitude change. Attitude/perspective change is what you need to do, next. And then we're going to use this last card right here to see exactly what other final message it has. Okay, so you got lead the way. Lead the way. Didn't I tell you guys were supposed to be leaders? That in this next period of your life, whatever it is, you're taking more of a leadership approach. For some of y'all, y'all have children. Y'all may have children, or you may be getting children, or you're meant to you're being someone that children kind of more look up to you. So I don't know whether that's like teacher, or, you just the cool auntie, cool uncle, whatever, but you're around very impressionable minds, children, right? You have a very influential presence on them. And with this lead the way card, it's like, yes, you're meant to lead the path for others. You have to light your own path, right? Which is why you have this Ace of Wands, because you have to do it. Other people can't do it for you. You're meant to be the pioneer. You're meant to be the leader. You're meant to get shit rolling. You have to do it, right? Change your attitude about, oh, I can't do this. No, you can do it. You will do it. You're meant to do it. Whatever it is, even if it seems like it's something small for you, know that it's going to have bigger repercussions in your life. You're meant to do this, but you have to change your attitude. You have to start it, but you cannot sustain it alone. And that's why you have to have patience with yourself, gratitude that, okay, I've been given this idea, I'm able to do it, but also patient with others. Even if they don't, maybe if somebody doesn't see your vision, okay, bless. You don't have to pop off on them. Let it go, let it flow. Be grateful that you know that this person cannot help you attain your goal. And then be grateful for the ones that can. But also be patient, because people require patience. But you have to lead the way. You have to start it first. Right? And even if you don't know who's going to help you next, where you're going to find the next people to do X, Y, and Z, that's okay. Just start. Light your own path. And people will follow. Okay, you got this Ace of Wands. Light your own path. The fire is going to come. People will follow, right? They will follow, but you have to start it. And then once it starts, that's when we think about sustaining it. That's when we think about, okay, how do we keep it going? And that's where the patience is going to come in. That's where the gratitude is going to come in. But you have to change that perspective, and you have to change your approach. Change yourself and how you treat yourself and think about yourself so that you can do the same and be changed for others. All right? I hope that makes sense. I'm not seeing anything else for these cards. Yeah, I hope that makes sense for y'all. I do feel like I just rambled, but take what resonates and leave the rest. But for a lot, there's something Pal One, that you guys have to take the initiation on. I'm really feeling that it's a project or something that's project-like, right? Because projects come in many shapes and forms and fashions. It may even start off as just a conversation that evolves into something greater and bigger, but you have to lead the way first, but you have to make sure you're right. You have to make sure that you have that confidence. You have to make sure that you're able to work with people. Because yes, you have to start by yourself, but then others help you out. So that's what I'm seeing. Like I said, I know I felt like I just rambled, but just digest it, okay? And I will see you guys in the next, tarot pick a card. Make sure you like and subscribe. And yeah, I can't wait to see you guys later on. Have a great day, and go on with love and light. See ya. Hello, Pal 2, and welcome to your reading. All right, so before I started press record for this, I was reflecting on this pile just from what I can pick up, and I kind of feel like I'm out of breath, like I'm tired. And the key words that were coming to my head was like shadow work, healing, surrender, even awakening. So these may be themes that surround this reading, but I'm just getting tired. Like I just need to release. So I usually talk fast, ramble, but I might just take it slow for this one. All right. So we're gonna get into your tarot card first, and then we're gonna get into your oracle cards. All right. So we got the Tower. So the Tower upright. In major arcana, the Tower is oftentimes kind of like feared by people. I always say like the Tower basically summed up 2020, because the Tower is when shit falls apart. If you see in this card, it's like the Tower. They use the story of Rapunzel. You remember when that sis cut off all her motherfucking hair? Well, the evil witch cut off all her motherfucking hair, and then she and her man just dropped the fuck down. Yeah, we so sorry for that bitch, but that's what happened. And folks got blind and tears, and then it's a whole lot. I ain't gonna recite the story of Rapunzel for y'all, but y'all know Rapunzel. I'm not talking about the Disney version. I'm talking about the real version. Anyways, yeah, Tower movement, shit falling apart. So, but the Tower also talks about, yes, it talks about upheavals, but it also talks about awakenings. So I did say that I felt awakening, but also surrender, and this whole sighing, this whole tired energy, kind of like overwhelmed. So I'm feeling something, shit just hit the fan for you, Pal 2. And if it hasn't, then little shit has hit the fan, but shit is really gonna hit the fan. And I'm just gonna say, for some of y'all now, you are called to surrender and just allow the shit to play out how it needs to play out. For others of you, you're going through a spiritual awakening. And spiritual awakenings are not happy-go-lucky. They can be dark, oftentimes because you're breaking away your old worldview. You're breaking away the falsehoods in order to get to the truth. So spiritual awakenings are not easy. They're not. They often start off crazy and sad and depressing until they get better, because it's all that cleaning up of all the toxic shit. But yes, even if you are going through a spiritual awakening, some of you may be, some of you may not be, some of you are probably already on your spiritual journey. Spiritual awakenings are not linear. You have multiple tower moments. I know I did, and I still do. So, yes, but regardless of if you started your spiritual journey or if you're new to spirituality, which a lot of people are, what you're called to do next is to surrender, and there's an awakening happening. So you're also meant to buckle the fuck up. So we're gonna get into your oracle cards next. You got quite a bit of them, and you got all these oracle cards in reverse, and they mean something different when they're in reverse. So let's see what you got. Okay. All right. You got ground your light in reverse. Okay. And you got illuminate the shadow in reverse. And you got channel your knowledge in reverse. And you also got awakened spirit in reverse. Okay. We'll start with this awakened spirit card right here because it's number 4. So we'll just go in order of hierarchy for numbers. For some of you, I feel like you may have Pisces placements that just came to my head. Sun, moon, rising, or Venus. Or you have a very active 12th house, meaning you either have your sun, your Venus, your Mercury, or your Pluto, or your moon in your 12th house. Those are just the planets I'm getting. But moving on to awakened spirit. So this awakened spirit card talks about how your spirit's awakening and how there's a desire for you to change, right? And how once you're awakened, you can't be unawakened, right? And that's kind of like with the spiritual awakening. Once you wake up, there's no going back to sleep. Once the door to the other side is open, you can't fucking close it, really. Like, it doesn't close. You can try to force it, and it may not be as open as it was before, but shit's still gonna fall through. And I'm still so anxious. I'm still so tired. Still so heavy doing this reading. But for what I'm seeing is that you guys you're awakened, right? And there's a lot of anxiety for you guys. For some of you guys, I'm really getting that some of you guys are mediums. And you're kind of being plagued by spiritual activity. I don't want to scare anybody, but if that is you, make sure you do ground your light, which we're going to talk about very soon. But yeah, there's a lot of spiritual activity going around you guys, regardless if you're a medium or not. And it's kind of like your energy centers are all the way open, right? There's just so open, and you're overwhelmed. And what you need to do next is you need to dial it, right? You need to focus it, because this awakened spirit is almost gives me the energy. And when reversed, it kind of talks about being unfocused, but also delusion, right? And being like moody. So what I'm getting is that a lot of y'all are going through that process. Some of y'all are seeing things. Some of you are clairvoyant, and you don't know what the fuck you're seeing. And you're just like, oh, I'm going fucking crazy, right? Some of you have been in and out of the hospital, or have been thinking about, maybe I need to check myself into the hospital. But what you need to do next is you need to ground yourself, right? And you kind of need to start setting up boundaries with other people, but spiritual boundaries. You need to start setting up spiritual boundaries, because with this number 8, this channel your knowledge, right? You got it in reverse. This card really talks about automatic writing and being a channel. But that's not what I'm not really getting automatic writing. For some of you guys, you may be skilled with automatic writing. That could be something you want to look into. But what I'm really getting with this is that you guys are such a channel, and you're meant to be a channel, but you can't be tuned into every frequency. You cannot be tuned into every channel. So what you need to do is you need to focus. Call in your angels, call in your ancestors, especially call in your ancestors, because we do have, these cards are messages from the ancestors. So call in your ancestors to help you focus that energy, and you need to surrender. A lot of you think that, oh my gosh, what is the rational explanation? oh my gosh, I need to do XYZ. No, you need to surrender. Allow your ancestors to handle that shit. Allow God, the universe, to handle that shit. Granted, you have to do stuff on your own as well. You have to do your own work in the physical and sometimes in the spiritual, but it's bigger than you, baby. It's bigger, and you just need to really ground, right? You kind of need to let go of that over rationality or that irrationality, and you just need to focus. All right, because with this illuminate the shadow card, it talks about focus on the solution, and when it's in reverse, this is really like this. You're not focused on a solution. You need to focus on a solution, right? Because you have it in reverse, so you're being irrational. I said shadow work as well. You need to do some shadow work, because when you do some shadow work, it can help you heal. Now, for some of y'all, right, I did say that this was an awakening. For others, what I'm feeling is that there's a lot of shadow work that you need to do. And your shadow, like your quote unquote demons, right, are what is basically keeping you up at night. Because you are an awakened spirit, so you are becoming more sensitive. And you're becoming more sensitive to your own shadow, right? Like I said, this is a collective reading, so it's different messages for different people. But for some of you guys, you are becoming more sensitive to your own shadow, but you're not shining light upon your shadow, so you don't know what it is. So you feel like there's all these crazy things haunting you or hurting you or attacking you, or you hear all these things, but it's actually your shadow trying to get your attention. You know, because our triggers are messages, right? So it's you're getting triggered, you're feeling this, you're getting all this. It's your shadow trying to get your attention. You need to do some shadow work, right? That is what you need to do next. And even if you're somebody who's been doing shadow work, or you know, you're like, oh, you know, it's not my shadow attacking me or stuff. I'm just overwhelmed with a lot of other things because I'm awakening spiritually. You still need to do shadow work. Shadow work is a big part of spirituality. You're still gonna need to do shadow work regardless. But for some of y'all, what is really haunting you at night is your shadow. For others, it is you becoming more sensitive to spirit and the energies and emotions of others. Some of you may also be an empath. Now, lastly, with this ground your light card, this is really what you need to do next, is ground your light. Yes, you need to do your shadow work, and you need to do other stuff that I talked about with this awakened spirit and this channel your knowledge card. But those plus the tower are really talking about you and the energy you're in and kind of why you need to do this, but you need to ground. Go to nature, do some root chakra work, ground your light, okay? Do not be afraid, because your fear may even be what is your shadow self. Your fear of connecting deeper to the spiritual realm, your fear of connecting, of having these gifts, your fear of awakening up fully, you know, or your fear of awakening at all, right? That could be what is blocking you, but do not be afraid. Let your light shine, let your soul shine, but you have to be grounded. You have to feel, yeah, we're spiritual beings, you know, having a human experience, but you have to find something in this earth, right? Natural in this earth to be grounded to, so that you can function in this earth. That's just what I believe. You have to have that grounding. Okay, you have to find something to ground yourself with. And now we're going to get into these last oracle cards, and these are specific messages from the ancestors. So these cards are basically going to tell you what you need to really do next. And like I said, definitely connect with your ancestors. That's what you need to do, but we're going to see what else you need to do. Okay. So you got enjoy new beginnings. Answer the call. Whole self-help. Okay, yeah. So your ancestors are telling you with this enjoy new beginnings, they're saying you need to change. Allow the change to happen. You need to surrender. This may look dark and scary with this tower. It may feel like everything is breaking apart, but this is for your betterment. You know, and granted, the tower doesn't always talk about a spiritual awakening, but that I'm really feeling like this is a spiritual awakening, whether you've been awakened to spirituality already, or you're dabbling in, or you haven't and this just came to you, regardless of where you are in your spiritual journey, things are about to go deeper. It's about to get deeper, so it's about to feel like a spiritual awakening all over again, if you've already had one. But you need to understand that this is for your betterment. It's going to bring you so much joy. It's going to bring you so much happiness. So with this Enjoy New Beginnings card, it talks about enjoy the changes, celebrate, right? You have to celebrate life, but you have to roll with the seasons and find time to celebrate within each and every season. And then with the Answer the Call card, they're telling you that answer that phone call, answer the call. And when we say the call, we're talking about the call from spirit. Answer them. Yeah, some of y'all, your ancestors have been trying to contact you and you've not been listening. Answer them. Peep the signs. But understand that, yes, you're made for this. It's nothing to be scared of. You just need to have the proper boundaries. You just need to be grounded. You just need to have to go about this way in a way that's productive for you. But you need to answer the call. Your spiritual awakening, it is a call. When things destruct in our life, it's a call. And it's often a call. It is always a call for us to get something better, for us to do something more for ourselves. And then whole self-help talks about natural therapies and balance. So yes, you need to go out in nature. Change your diet for some of y'all. Eat more plant-based. It doesn't mean you don't have to eat meat, but eat more healthy foods. Eat more ethically sourced foods. Eat foods that are going to make you feel more connected to your body, more connected to your light and your energy, more connected to the earth. Foods that are going to energize you and give you more energy. Right? Because that's going to help you. That's going to help, nature is so smart. She put the medicine in the food, right? So you need to start embodying that. You need to start doing more natural remedies, whether you're making your own medicines, it doesn't mean you can't use Western medicine. Western medicine has its purpose. But, whether you're making your own natural remedies or you're just changing the way you eat, doing more holistic healing, incorporating that with, Western medicine and stuff like that. But that's what I'm getting with this whole self-help card. And when you do that, when you eat cleaner foods, when you eat high vibrational foods, when you just eat things in moderation, you're going to feel better. Your emotional state, your mental state, your physical state, your spiritual state are all interconnected. So when you do that, you're going to feel better. You're going to feel more grounded. You're going to feel more in control, which is one of the biggest issues I feel like we have with the tower, because we're not in control at all, right? We're not in control when the tower comes into our lives. But that'll help you to gain a little grasp of control by nurturing yourself, by getting more connected to nature, right? So that is what I'm getting for you guys, pile 2. I know this is a little heavy. Like, I trust me, I felt it, but I feel lighter now. So hopefully you feel lighter now. But know that your ancestors are here to help you. Your whole spiritual team is here to help you. But yeah, it can be rough, but you know what to do now. You know what to do to help mitigate it. Doesn't mean it's not going to make the spiritual awakening easy. No, because spiritual awakenings are not meant to be easy, but it is going to make this more manageable. So that's what you need to do next, all right? What you need to do next is really just start doing that shadow work, setting those boundaries, connecting more with nature and your ancestors, and doing what you need to do to naturally heal yourself. All right, and thank you again, Pal 2, for taking this time with me as I, gave you those messages. I ask that you please, like and subscribe to this channel, like this video, subscribe to this channel. And yeah, I'll see you next time in another pick a card reading. So go off with love and light and peace. Bye, y'all. Hello, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. So before, I started recording, I was basically kind of like reflecting on your pile. And what I was getting was I was getting insight. Like the keywords I was picking up was insight, sharing, almost talking. And right now I kind of feel anxious, almost like my mind's racing in different moments. So I don't know what that's all about. I almost feel like a Gemini. I at least what I would imagine a Gemini would feel like, just like, well, I want to say this, I want to say that, I want to say this. So that could be the energy that you're in right now. But we're going to focus it and see exactly what is being communicated. So for this pile, you have one tarot card and, ooh, death. All right. Okay. The death card. Okay. So what I'm getting from this death card is this is where you're coming from. Something ended in your life. Take it how it resonates, but something ended. And now it's kind of like a rebirth period for you. It could have been an old mentality, an old relationship, an old job, an old something. I don't know why this came to my head. Hopefully this is not for anybody, but for some of y'all, your pet, could have been with your pet. Check it how it resonates, all right? But that's kind of like the energy you're coming from. And what I'm getting is that it was painful, right? It wasn't as chipper as you'd want it to be. But even though it was painful, it was not as painful as you expected it to be. So I'm going to repeat that. Hopefully that makes sense. What happened, what ended, what had to be let go of was painful, but it was not as painful as you thought it would be. And for some of y'all are almost kind of feeling guilty. Because it's like, damn, I thought this would break me, but it didn't. Or I should be more sad that this happened, but I'm not. So that's what I'm getting with this death card. So that's kind of where you're coming from. But let's see what these next oracle cards have. So we just have one from the elemental oracle, and okay, you have power, volcanoes. What I'm getting is that now that the reason why you're not as sad as you feel you should be is because you have more power now. Whatever the situation was that ended, you didn't feel empowered. Whether it was you had more responsibilities in this relationship or situation, or you weren't being respected, or you didn't feel as alive, you didn't feel as vibrant. But now that it's clipped, you feel a lot more powerful. You feel a lot more alive, a lot more free. Right? Like a volcano that can just erupt. So that's kind of why you're just like, oh shit. I'm not as sad about this as I should be. Because there's energy that's been cleared up, and now you can let your own energy shine. And what I'm seeing that you need to do next is you need to utilize that power. Now, understand with power is neutral. Power can be used for good. Power can be used for bad. And with this volcanoes card, it does talk about how you have the power to harm or to heal, right? So you need to choose, obviously, to use that power to heal rather than harm, right? Because, karma is a thing, and let's be an ethical ass human being, right? But you need to align yourself with that power. And what I'm getting for y'all, this could be for some of y'all, is that right now, y'all need to be careful with how y'all utilize your power. That's what you need to do next, is utilize it ethically. Because for some of y'all, where you're living at just opened up, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm not as sad about the pandemic or what happened as I should be. I'm able to go outside. I'm able to be free. I'm able to have a hot vexed summer, or hot whatever summer, right? And that's what this is. Not for all of y'all. Granted, this is a general message, but for some of y'all, could just be one of you, you're just like, damn, I'm not really sad about what happened during the pandemic. I'm just happy to be out, or I'm actually happy it happened because now I feel more enlivened. And it's like, okay, yes, cool. But be careful how you utilize your power. Now that you can be outside, do you need to be everywhere? Do you need to be with everyone? It's a hot vax summer, but do you need to be up around, up with every single person in every single place? Just because you can. Just because things are open. Right? Be mindful of your energy, be mindful of the energy around you. So that is a specific message for certain people, but also for just the collective. Be mindful of your power, be mindful of the energies you output and the energies around you, because just because you now have access to your power doesn't mean you need to abuse it or impose it on others. So we're going to get into these oracle cards to see exactly what the other messages are. Okay? Rainbow, polite declaration, and connect to source. Okay, so you got dancing in the rainbow. Polite declaration. And connect to source. Okay, so we're going to start with dancing in the rainbow. So in the Dancing in the Rainbow card, it talks about break free from whatever you feel is holding you back. Express happiness. Find out what you truly desire. So yeah, basically what the universe is saying is that, yeah, you don't have to be sad about that shit. Whatever it was that the death card is talking about for you, you ain't got to be sad about that shit. Move on. You have the insight now. This taught you. Okay, this taught you what you needed to know. And in this Dancing in the Rainbow, on the picture is a dolphin. Dolphins are all about having fun. Dolphins travel in groups. They like to share. So going back to the whole sharing type thing. So yes, you need to break free. Don't be held back by this death card. Don't feel guilty, especially if other people are telling you that you need to be sad about something that happened that was maybe rough or bad, or because other people are upset. You don't need to be upset. You can process things how you need to process things. Okay? And granted, going back, I did talk about how I said I was feeling like this feels like what a Gemini would be if I were a Gemini. And I kind of see how it's kind of playing back, because a lot of times Geminis get the bad rep of being two-faced, but they just be seeing in two opposite directions. They just be seeing, which different stuff, which this polite declaration talks about. It talks about you can move in whatever direction you need to accomplish your goals. If it's time for you to get out there, claim what is yours and stay in your power, right? That is literally what it says on this card. So you're meant to be the happy-go-lucky energy of Gemini, right? Some of you may even be Geminis or Sagittarius, but you need to do that shit and not be upset about what nobody says. Bitch, if you outside after doing all that shadow work, after all that stuff that happened during the pandemic, okay, you outside. Just be responsible for yourself, right? But going back to this Dancing in the Rainbow card, yeah, what you need to do now is allow yourself to be happy. Just because bad shit happened to you in the death, or you're coming from that rebirth, that death era, you're entering the rebirth stage, yes, things happen in cycles. Things die in order to be reborn. So allow yourself to enjoy the rebirth process. Allow yourself to be happy. Go outside. Shit. Have fun. Hang out. Share with people. Share your insight with people. Be talkative. I feel like you have a lot of this pent-up anxious energy because you're just like, I want to do this. I want to have this fun, but I shouldn't. I shouldn't be having this much fun. I shouldn't be happy right now. No, you should. You should. You did not come to this life to suffer. You did not come to this life to be unhappy. Life is not always fair. So when you can be happy, be happy. You can make life what you wanted. So make it happy. Be happy. And then going back to this polite declaration card, I'm going to repeat what it says. It says you can move in whatever direction you need to accomplish your goals. It is time for you to get out there, claim what is yours, and stay in your power. Stay in your power. So claim your power. That's what you need to do. Claim your power. Stay in it. Go in whatever direction you need to go in pile 3. So I was about to say pile 2. This is definitely pile 3. Go in whatever direction you need to go. Claim what is yours. What is yours is your happiness. What is yours is your right to be alive. What is yours is your right to chop life, to enjoy. That is what is your right. So claim it. If you want to start with a new project, if you just want to have fun, If you just quit a job or got fired and you're like, you know what, fuck that shit, I'm just gonna have fun this summer, do it. Claim what is yours. Enjoy yourself, right? Just do so responsibly. Just do so responsibly. And then with Connect to Source, it says, go within to discover what needs to be done. Create the shift required to attract what you want. You know what you want, so create that change. If you're still feeling guilty for being this happy-go-lucky, for being this happy, despite what this death card situation was, go within yourself. And maybe there's a little bit of shadow work you need to do and be like, okay, why do I feel like I can't be happy? Why do I feel like I have to mourn? Whatever it is, why do I feel like I have to be upset or sad? Why do I feel like I can't live on past this breakup, past this destruction, past this whatever the death card represents for you, because it's a collective, I'm not going to say what this death card represents for each person. Look in within yourself and figure out, okay, why do I feel that way, that I can't be entitled to my own happiness, to my own power, right? And then create that shift, because you have the power to do so. You have the power within yourself. Create that shift and do it. Embody that energy. Live it. Love it. And go out there. Just go out there. Attract what you want. Once you start, being like, yes, I can be happy. Yes, I'm happy. I am happy. I feel happy. You're going to attract more of that energy with you. So really realize how to utilize your power. Again, I want to say use it ethically, because that's something that keeps coming into my head. Some of y'all are using it irresponsibly, and have been reckless. Don't fuck up your rainbow by being reckless. Because deep down inside, you feel like you don't deserve to be happy. So you're going to try to find ways to be happy in the most reckless way. I'm calling some of y'all out, because that's exactly what you're doing. If you don't think you're doing that for some of y'all, do that shadow work and you'll find out you are. But use that power ethically. You deserve to be here. You deserve to have it. You deserve to be happy. So create your own waves. Move in the direction that you see fit for your best, so you can live your best life. And that is what you need to do next, pile 3. So that's all I'm seeing. Thank you for spending this time here with me. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And I will see you guys again in another tarot pick a card video. Much love, much light, and much power to you, pile 3. See ya. Hello, pile 4, and welcome to your reading. So before I pressed record, I was basically, trying to tune into your pile to see what type of vibe I was getting. And I was just getting the vibes of like, self-care, take care of yourself, pause, slow down. So any of those energies could be the vibe that you're in right now, that you're coming from, or that you need to embody. So we'll see how it resonates. And yeah, I'm just feeling more chilled, slower right now. So kind of like type energy, so we'll see how it applies. So we're going to start off with your tarot cards, and you have 4 of Wands in reverse and the 8 of Wands in reverse. Okay, so you have the 8 of Wands in reverse and the 4 of Wands in reverse. 2 fire cards in reverse. So yeah, you need to slow down. You need to slow the fuck down. Yeah. With this 8 of Wands, because the 8 of Wands upright talks about fast-moving energy, could be traveling, especially like overseas, just things moving quickly. And when it's in reverse, it's about delays, being kind of frustrated energy, things just like being slow, the opposite. And this 4 of Wands, when it's upright, it usually talks about celebrations, harmony, vacation, right? But it's in reverse. And what I'm getting from this is kind of like more introspective energy, more you focusing on you, right? As you can see, like if you see it upright, it's two people, like a wedding celebration. But it's like, no, don't focus on them. Focus on you. That's kind of the energy I'm getting. So what you need to do, Pop 4, is slow the fuck down. Okay, you need to slow down. You need to slow it down, calm it down. Stop being such a busybody. I'm getting that either you guys have fire placements or you have Capricorn placements. And if you have none of those, then I feel like your Mars is in your first house. Yeah. Or your fifth house. Or your ninth. That's just what I'm feeling. So it doesn't have to be that way for this reading to still apply to you, but those are just extra details that I'm picking up on. And yeah. Right now, I'm just really chilled. Like, I'm just like, it's whatever. Because that's what you need to kind of be in. You kind of need to slow down. I feel like some of y'all have been in this energy. And it's kind of asking you to, like, sit in this energy, but be more introspective with it. Others, it's like y'all been trying to get shit done. And, like, it just keeps fucking up. It just keeps not working out. It just keeps being stalled, delayed. That is, it's divinely being stalled and delayed because you need to slow the fuck down. You need to get some shit right with yourself first. You need to take care of yourself. Focus on yourself. All right. So we're gonna look at your oracle cards. You know, these moon oracle cards to see exactly what other details we can get from this. Okay. We got self-reflection. And we got beauty. What did I say? Didn't I say y'all need to take care of yourself? With this beauty card, baby, do some self-care. Do some fucking self-care. In this deck, it talks about how beauty is medicine. When we see something beautiful, when we make ourselves look beautiful, whether, you know, it's via makeup or getting our hair done, it doesn't matter if you are male, female, trans, non-binary, etc. Beauty is medicine. And when we beautify ourselves, we tend to feel better. You know, and beautify ourselves based on what we define as beauty. Not what society defines as beauty, but what we define as beauty. Or when we see things that we view as beautiful. Whether that's a painting, hearing a song, seeing a nice, beautiful movie, or just looking at nature, right? And how beautiful nature naturally is. That's medicine. So you need to slow down, get back into that shit. Get your hair done if you want. Get your nails done if you want. Go to a botanical garden. Go to a beach. Surround yourself with beautiful things, beautiful energies. You know, some of you guys may have Libra placements or Venus, heavy Venetian energy, Taurus placements. You may have your Venus in Libra or Taurus. Surround yourself with that beautiful energy. And then with self-reflection, yes, do some introspective work. Do some reflective work. Take this time to slow down. Look at yourself in the mirror. Remind yourself how beautiful you are, right? Beauty comes in all shades. Beauty comes in all shapes. Beauty comes in all sizes. Remind yourself how beautiful the fuck you are, right? And look at yourself. Why do you feel the need to always speed up? Why do you feel uncomfortable with being slowed down? Why do you feel frustrated with it? Why do you feel the need to always accomplish and achieve? Why do you feel the need to always be around other people? You know, really do that self-reflective work, right? And try to understand those things about yourself and nourish yourself, right? Understand that you are everything you could have ever wanted and needed, right? Because that's what you are. You are that. Some of you might even need to get into beauty magic shit. It's a thing. Get into it, you know, but you need to kind of do that self-reflective work. Journal down, a little bit of shadow work, but really just focusing on you. Self-improvement. Getting to know yourself. It doesn't even have to be self-improvement. Well, everything I feel like in those types of aspects is self-improvement, but getting to know yourself. Reminding yourself who you are and how beautiful you are, right? And now we're going to get into your last two oracle cards to see exactly what else it's talking about. Okay, you got the biome connection. And you got the moon, darkness. So the biome card, well, yeah, I'll start with the biome. The biome card talks about how everything in nature is connected. A biome contains ecosystems. Ecosystems contain, oh damn, my science teachers from high school would be so disappointed in me. But y'all know exactly what the fuck I'm trying to say, right? Biome, ecosystems contain environments, and biomes contain ecosystems and shit like that, right? Whole food chain, right? Nature chain. So understanding that you're connected to those things. Again, with the beauty card, go out in nature, see how beautiful nature is and how beautiful you are because you're a part of nature. You're connected to it. You're not separate from the water. You're not separate from the animals. You're not separate from the air. You're a part of it. You're not separate from the sun or the stars. The same thing that makes up those compounds and those things, those same elements on a molecular level, atomic level, make you up as well. So you're the same as them. So really go out and be connected. And then the moon card in this deck talks about darkness and how it's divine feminine energy. So again, beauty, regardless if you do not identify as a female, right, or you're not femme, we all have divine feminine energies and we all need to tap into that, right? You're a bad bitch regardless. I don't care how you identify. You're still a bad bitch, right? So tap into that divine feminine energies so that you can really nourish yourself. This moon card also talks about how it does talk about darkness. Darkness is associated with the divine feminine and how we need to understand that darkness is not always bad. Babies grow in the darkness of a womb. Trees, plants grow in the darkness of the soil. We, like the moon, we have phases as well, and in our dark phases is where the most growth happens for us. And then we can show all that growth through the full phase, right? So you need to understand that and need to kind of change the way you see darkness, but also understand that this slow down period for you, whether it's dark or not. I feel like for some of y'all, it's not really dark, but you're viewing it as dark because you're such a fucking busybody. Regardless of what it is, you need to honor this time period and allow yourself to grow within this time period, right? Grow and just surround yourself with feminine energies, within yourself, outside of yourself. Nature has so much feminine energies. Really surround yourself with that and allow it to heal, because divine feminine heals, baby. Those feminine energies will nurture the fuck out of you, okay, and get you straight. Earth heals us. So really do that. Really align yourself with those energies so that you can heal, because what you need to do next is focus on you. You need to slow it down. Take some time to do some self-care and heal, right? Really prioritize yourself. Slow it down. That's really what you need to do. Literally, all these cards kind of talk about the same thing. So I feel like the message is pretty clear, right? And that is all I'm seeing for you guys, pile 4. So thank you for spending this time with me. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I will see you guys again in another tarot pick a card video or other types of videos that I do, because I do a lot of different things on this channel. And yeah, stay beautiful, pile 4, and stay relaxed. All right, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace. Hey, pile 5. Last but not least. So as I was just tuning into the energy of your deck, kind of what was coming to my mind was just relax, calm down. Nothing has gone wrong, and that's kind of the energy I'm feeling right now. Kind of a need to be reassured, but also knowing everything is okay. So that could be what the type of advice this is about, or that could be the energy that you're in right now, or that you were in, or just something that you need to hear right now. Maybe some of you are anxious for seeing this. I don't know, maybe you saw on my last video and you got one of the heavier decks and you was like, oh hell no, what's this motherfucker gonna say this time? But relax, calm down, and nothing has gone wrong. So we're gonna look at your tarot cards and see what they're talking about. Okay, so you got the Queen of Coins in reverse. And you got the Six of Cups upright. This is just a clear message that came through. You need to remother yourself, whether you identify as female or not. Just say parent. You need to, because the Queen of Coins, upright, she's the parent that can do it all. She can work her 9 to 5. She can come home and make dinner for her babies. She can be a good mom, etc. Takes care of herself. But when it's in reverse, it's kind of like work-life imbalances. It's not, maybe you're a workaholic or you don't know how to balance that life. That's kind of what the Queen of Coins type energy talks about. Or she's somebody that needs to take care of herself. And then the Six of Cups upright is all about nostalgia. It's your childhood, etc. If you can see from this deck, the image displayed is Hansel and Gretel. So I think we all know the fairy tale Hansel and Gretel. If you don't know, then Google Hansel and Gretel and you'll know exactly what happened to these two motherfuckers. Right? But what I'm just getting is that you need to reparent yourself. So kind of like some inner child work that needs to happen next. But you need to, whether you want to remother, refather, I'm going to say mother because it is a Queen of Coins and, mother energy, father energy, parent, it can be a little bit different, but, you need to re-nurture yourself. Take some time for self-care. Relax, calm down. Nothing's gone wrong. I feel like something happened, that a trigger came up for you that, was something that happened during your childhood. And either that came up for you, whether it's in therapy or some sort of situation happened and you realized it, or through a meditation or whatever. But I feel like a trigger from your childhood just popped up and you're kind of like, oh shit. And it's like, yeah, you kind of need to do some inner child healing, some inner child work, some reparenting. Right? So we're going to get into your oracle cards to see what they're talking about. So you got, you got rain and you got storms. So rain and storms. What I am getting literally is you need to cry. You need to cry. Because it's cleansing, storms, they conjure up a lot of energy, then they release them. So you need to do that. Conjure up that energy and release it. For some of y'all, need to do a releasing ritual. Others, you just need to do an inner healing child meditation where you can cry your eyes out. But you need to do some sort of cleansing thing. Understand that you talking to your inner child, it is going to be pretty emotional, but it is for your betterment, right? It's going to help you out. And what I'm also getting with this is that with these storms, with this cleansing, like a lot of times we see storms as something to be feared, but storms really cleanse things out. So you kind of have to see this as something that's not to be feared. Doing this inner child healing work, doing this like digging back into memory lane, how was my childhood, is not something to be feared. Remember, like I said earlier, nothing's gone wrong. Calm down, relax, it's okay. So that's really what I'm getting with this is that, for some of you, you may need to connect with water. Water is a very healing energy. It's a healing element, healing agent. But for a lot of you, you just need to you need to just do that meditation. You need to have that cry, whether you do it in a meditation or you do it through therapy or you do it through some other form of shadow work. It's been a lot of shadow work with these decks, okay? This is not the first deck that's had shadow work energy, or even like inner child type shit, but you really need to do some inner child healing work. You need to cleanse out the old, okay, and let the new in. And you also need to understand that your past does not define you. Whatever traumas happened in your past do not define you. And for some of y'all, you need to heal your relationship with your parent. Meaning that does not mean that you allow that parent to be in your life, but you forgive them for the sake of yourself. You don't hold anger against them anymore. That does not mean you have to allow them into your space. That does not mean you have to, that does not mean you have to be buddy with them. In a perfect world, we would love that, right? But you need to let go of that anger for them, for you. right? And what I'm getting is for some of you who may have children, for your children's betterment as well, and or for your future children's betterment is what I'm getting. Because some of y'all do want to have your own family, or you already do have your own family, but you have to do that stuff so that you can do better. Because once we know better, we do better. And if we don't heal our own inner child wounds, then we're just going to pass them on to people. We're just going to pass them on to the next generation, whether those are our children or not, children that we could be around, right? So that was just a specific message for some of y'all. Take it as it resonates. But for some of y'all, there is healing with the parent figure, especially a mother figure. And what I'm also getting is that for some of y'all, you may be an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, or your mom may be Capricorn, have like Capricorn placements. Could be other earth placements as well, but I'm really getting Capricorn type placements. Granted, if that's not for you, that doesn't matter. Doesn't mean this reading does not apply, but that's just what I'm picking up. Okay, now we're going to get into these cards. These are messages from the angels. So your angels specifically are coming through in this reading and want to let you know what you need to do next. Okay, yeah. So we're going to start with this card. Take a step back. Take a step back. So yeah. Kind of like when I said earlier, again, relax, calm down, nothing's gone wrong. You need to take a step back. You need to relax. You need to calm down. Because when you're doing this inner child work, this reparenting of yourself, a lot of things are going to come up for you. But the goal is to not get triggered by them. It's to observe them objectively. So for a lot of you, you need to just take a step back and observe what's going on, right? You need to relax. For some of y'all, what I'm getting is that you may have gotten into an altercation, either involving children or involving parents, whether you are a child or a parent or not. Everybody's someone's child, but not everybody's parent. Hope that, but y'all get what I mean. And in that type of situation, you need to take a step back. And instead of trying to fix it or fix them, you need to fix yourself. You need to heal yourself instead of trying to heal them. That is a message for some people that tune into this house, not for everybody. But regardless, take a step back. Observe objectively. Honor your emotions, yes, but do not observe it from the perspective of your emotions. Hope that makes sense. And then with this intuition and downloads, what you need to do is you need to trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. With this download, it's kind of crazy because I said earlier that for some of y'all, you may have just found something out about your childhood and it's kind of triggered you. I told you whether it was through therapy or meditation or some other means. So for some of y'all, you got a download from your inner child. You got a download from the universe about something that happened in your childhood. And I'm getting for a lot of you, you're going to get more downloads. Many of you all are intuitive, right? On some sort of level. And you kind of have to take those downloads and roll with the punches, but also trust your intuition, right? You know that nothing has gone wrong. You know nothing's gone wrong. So don't allow this to be the end all be all for you. Do the work that you need to do, right? But you need to kind of trust that intuition and understand that your angels are guiding you intuitively and communicating with you. Your angels and your ancestors, because you got the signs and reminders card, which talks about seeing signs from angels and seeing signs from spirit. So again, a lot of you all, damn near probably the majority of you all, if not all of you all, that picked Pile 5 are intuitive in some sort of form. Or, spirit has just been communicating with you all. So pay attention to angel numbers, especially 1111, especially 222, especially 444, and 555. So 1111 or 111, 222, 444, 555. Those are the ones that I'm getting. And for some of y'all, 333, but those are really the ones that I'm getting mainly, especially 444 and 555. But pay attention to these different angel numbers because they're trying to communicate with you. For some of you, you may see butterflies a lot. It's summer. Granted, this is a timeless message, but at the time I'm filming it, it's summer. So you may be seeing a lot of butterflies, you may be seeing a lot of birds, they may be following you. You may catch them, not just necessarily outside, but you could see them in like Pinterest or on posters, you know, in conversation, in movies, TV, print, etc. These are signs, and understand that your ancestors and your angels are trying to communicate with you. So you kind of need to take a step back, right? Clear your space, meditate, so that you can see those signs, so that you can understand those signs and receive downloads. Because I feel like they're letting you know that, hey, they're here to help you with this inner child work, right? They're here to help you with this reparenting process. You have to do the work, but they're like, hey, you don't have to do it alone. So what you need, so really what they, you know, so yes, what you need to do, Pal 5, is you need to do the work, but also you need to ask for help, kind of. So take a step back, observe things objectively, but also take a step back, and instead of trying to do, just like, okay, let me breathe. Let me write this down. Let me meditate, you know, let me try to really tap in to my intuition, see what downloads are coming for me, see the signs, you know, and the reminders that you're not alone, that you're still loved, even by family members who've passed on. Even if you don't feel loved within your family unit, you are still loved by your family, right? Because you have so many ancestors that walk with you, that love you, you know, and just because you can't see them does not mean they don't love you. And just because you don't know them does not mean they do not love you, because they know you, boo, even if you don't know them, and they're always sending love. Spirit is always sending love to us, always around us, and we just have to tap in to feel it, you know, and we just have to see the signs and the reminders that are shown in every day, right? So that is what you need to do, you all, because multiple people, you all need to do PAL 5. That is all I'm saying. Again, I want to just give you all a spiritual hug, because it's okay. And like I said, cry it out if you need to. Just cry it out if you need to. Your ancestors, your angels are here. Pray if you need to. Do whatever you need to do, but cry it out if you need to. You know, just don't get into no confrontations right now, because it's not going to be good for you. Don't confront the person right now. Take a step back. But that is all I'm saying for PAL 5. Yes, I pray this resonates. Like I said, I'm giving y'all a spiritual hug. And if you haven't already done so, please like and subscribe. And I will see you guys again in my next video, whether it's tarot or one of my other videos. And just let me know, you know, what other types of pick a card readings you'd like to see me do on this channel, so I can do that. And letting you guys depart in love and light and peace and joy and healing, you know, and relaxation. All right, so I'll see you guys later, PAL 5. Bye.